In many ways, this public university is the face of today's France and of France's reputation abroad. Nearly 10% of UPEC's student body is international. So it's no surprise its administration has been closely tracking the government's new higher education plan. Dubbed Welcome to France, the strategy aims to boost France's foreign student numbers from about 300,000 today to 500,000 by 2027. While supporting parts of the plan, UPEC opposes a sharp tuition hike next academic year.
L'UPEC est une université internationale. Nous souhaitons le rester.
A large part of our international student body comes from North and Sub-Saharan Africa. They can't afford a tuition increase.
The planned tuition increase has sparked protests, even though French fees are much lower than elsewhere in the West. Like a number of other French universities, UPEC has opted not to raise its fees. Even so, some here are worried.
I was pretty shocked to hear about the tuition hike because it's about 15 times higher than what I pay now. It's not part of the budget we planned for when we left our countries.
African students aren't the only ones on a tight budget.
I definitely have the impression that that part of the strategy of the French government will not contribute to the attraction as they want.
Vukovic adds Serbian students like herself may not be able to afford to study in France if tuition costs are raised. Home to the iconic Sorbonne University and prestigious business schools, France is the world's top non-Anglophone destination for foreign students and fourth overall. A big draw is also the country's inexpensive tuition. Still, France has been losing ground in recent years.
We are competitive. We are very competitive. The problem is we receive a lot of students, but maybe we don't receive them very well.
The government plan aims to tackle some of the hurdles by simplifying student visas, offering better housing, and more French language classes. It also aims to expand France's educational presence in Africa. Experts say the country's higher education strategy serves larger goals by expanding French influence and interests abroad. Over the decades, presidents and business leaders, especially from France's former African colonies, earned university degrees here.
It's important to get the best students who tomorrow will be in charge of their countries.
France may also profit from potential barriers to studying elsewhere, including tougher immigration restrictions in the United States and uncertainty over Brexit. The government aims to increase scholarships to offset tuition hikes for the neediest students. But a recent study by Campus France, which represents French education globally, found a sharp drop so far in African enrollment since the plan was announced.
It's not very a problem for Chinese students or Indian students or American students to pay more. It's a problem for African students to pay more.
While aiming to attract more students from other parts of the world, UPEC wants to expand its presence in Africa. It's one way, UPEC's Thévenet says, to contribute to the continent's development. Lisa Bryant for VOA News, Creteil, France.